Pennsylvania will soon have a new unemployment benefit system. The state says it will be easier to use, and that's important because of the height of the COVID-19 pandemic last March. 374,000 Pennsylvanians filed for jobless benefits in 1 week. That is equal to the populations of Pittsburgh, Penn Hills, and Hempfield combined, and that crush of claims revealed just how bad the benefit system is. Well, new at 5, Channel 11's Jillian Hartman learned how the state will change over to this new system. Jillian.
Well, given all the problems folks had during this pandemic with the state's old unemployment benefit system, the state is launching a new system to help get unemployment payments into the hands of eligible Pennsylvanians much faster.
We are less than a month away from the changeover to a newer, faster, easier to use system for filing for unemployment compensation.
The new unemployment benefit system is expected to go live on June 8th. Acting Secretary of the Department of Labor and Industry, Jennifer Barrier, says it will help speed up claims.
That means that the individuals who are waiting on someone to review their claims will start hearing back from us faster and getting their payments more swiftly.
Over the past year, Channel 11 has received countless calls and emails from folks frustrated, waiting for their claims to be handled.
And I understand everyone's frustration. However, we were dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, and we had additional federal programs thrusted upon us and exceptional demands during this time of crisis. So while I agree that ideally we wish we could have implemented these changes sooner, that's not how it occurred.
Barrier said the state was not staffed at the time to handle the record level unemployment, and that this new technology will help and be a major update from a 40-year-old system. The state also just hired 230 new customer service representatives to help folks who run into any issues or have questions during this transition.
We are ready to be flexible and accommodating to help individuals get every payment they're owed. Our customer service phone lines and email will remain open throughout the transition.
It's very important people know the unemployment compensation system will be offline for several days during next month's transition as the state works to transfer all the data into the new system.
We know that payment delays from being unable to file weekly certifications pose a hardship for many Pennsylvanians. So as a result, we've worked to coordinate this transition period to affect as few individuals as possible by positioning it over weekends.
Now, unemployment recipients should check the state's website to see which days they can file their claims. At this time, the state is doing extensive testing on its new system to make sure there will be no issues during this transition next month. I'm Jillian Hartman, Channel 11.